Yep.
Massachusetts. How old are you?
24.
24. Do you have any kids?
No kids.
No kids.
So I'm looking for a man who is preferably Black or African American or of Caribbean background, in the ages of 50 to 65.
Woo! Pause. So you want to go 25 years older?
Yes, I'm
Tell me.
looking for men who have the wisdom that time can bring.
And a man that has a certain amount of money, I think, too.
Yes.
So you want to start at 50?
Yes.
So you wouldn't date a man your age?
I have before, and I don't think I will be doing that anymore.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got Kendra G, and we have a sister, man, that's 24 years of age, looking for a man that is 50 years of age. 50 years of age, y'all. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So, man, look, I know, man, we over here in a different scenery, man. But for the people who are new here, this is not an everyday thing. It's probably, what, once a month, every other month? I don't know. But, had to change up the scenery. We're doing something new today. It ain't gonna be like this this coming up week. But we have a sister here who's 24 years of age. She's saying she wants a man who's making tons of money and is over 50 years of age. Right now, generally, for me, women I see a lot of women doing it and not saying it. They just want to jump to an older man or whatever. And I know some people gonna be like, well, you talk about on this channel how a lot of you older men want to date younger women and da. I don't have nothing against it. I don't have anything against it. But when you're talking about an older woman dating a younger woman dating an older man, there's going to be a lot of pros and cons to that. And here's why I say that. Well, I'm gonna do it this way, right? If I had a daughter, and somebody asked me, well, KB, your daughter's 18, 19, 20 something years of age, would you co-sign her messing with a 50-year-old man or a 40-year-old man? Yes and no. Yes, because you know what? Hey, a lot of you women are looking for stability, right? So some women are going to take the easy way out. They're going to go ahead and mess with an older man. They got the beauty. They're a woman. It's going to happen. Get the older man or whatever. You get to see the world. You get to, pretty much have everything that you pretty much get to have everything that you want, because a man is going to sit over here and provide all of that for you. All the hard-earned money that he worked for, he's going to easily just throw it to you when you just got out of freaking school. You know what I'm saying? And now you get to sit over here and live a lavish lifestyle as if you worked for it, right? That's the pro. The con is if they break up or whatever, and woman hits 30, 40, because at some point the women are going to want it. I've never seen, very rare do I see women who are young marrying these older guys, right? And it's like that all the way through their whole life. Nah, we know the plot a lot of these women have. Buck him, and then take all the money that he has once he dies. Because all these people, man, who's 24, 22, 23 or whatever, dating these people, man, who are billionaires, millionaires, we know, bro, these people aren't dating them, bro, because they really like dating them because they like them or because they love them. We know they dating them because of that money. It gotta be. So, but the downfall about that stuff is when you're a woman and you sitting over here, you jump out of high school and you date a guy who's already established. He's going to show you the whole world. As I said before, he's going to show you the whole world. But then once you get a little bit older or whatever, and that shit gets old to you, the woman is going to say, hey, now I want an actual relationship. This is why I say the con comes in. You're sitting over here, you marry this guy or whatever. He spent all of his 20s. I'm talking about all of his 20s busting his ass to get to where he's at today, to be able to have all the money that he has in his 30s. Because men don't reach their financial strides until their mid 30s, late 30s. So reach the financial stride or whatever, you come along, they be like, okay, man, shoot, now I have the opportunity to travel the world like I want to, like I wanted to back when I was in my 20s, right? So he's like, hey, baby, shit, I'm about to goddamn, let's go ahead and go to Cancun. Oh, I already been there a few times. Nigga be like, okay, well, shoot, let's go ahead and Barbados. Oh, Barbados, it's not as good as you think, man. I've been there so many damn times, it's not as good as you think. We find something else. And it's like, man, he's just gonna go down a list, and you've been to damn near every place that he's named. What experience does he have to live for now, right? I mean, he still has the experience, but he obviously, any man is going to want to experience new things with their significant other, with their partner, right? But I can't do that, man, if you've already been with a man who's already established and shown you the world. So while I was over here busting my ass in my 20s, you were over here bullshitting in your 20s, and you was able to get a nigga to come over here and could pick you up and show you the whole world. Men don't have that luxury, but women do. And that's why I say men is a pro and con, right? But then when you have a young girl, who's able to have that opportunity, if it was my daughter, I would say no, don't. And the reason I say no is because I would want her to be in a relationship with a guy. I want her to be in a traditional relationship. Grow up with that man, right? I would want her to be with somebody, man, that's in her age group, that she known that, hey, he was a manager on the football team, or he was a football player and I was a manager, or I was an athletic trainer or whatever, right? Go through those growing pains together, right? Find somebody to go through those growing pains together, instead of just taking the easy way out and just grabbing some older guy who's already established. Go through those growing pains with that guy. And that's just me. But let's go ahead and jump into this video because I've held y'all long enough.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Kesha.
Okay, Kesha took the glasses off. You was giving me teacher vibes. Now you said, okay, video vixen. I'm teaching a video vixen. I'm joking. What's your Kesha? Where you calling us from, honey?
Boston, Massachusetts.
Boston, Massachusetts. How old are you?
24.
24. Do you have any kids?
No kids.
No kids. What do you do for a living?
I'm a program specialist at a housing authority.
Program specialist. What's your zodiac sign?
Leo.
So this is Kesha, Boston, Massachusetts, 24, no kids, and a program specialist at a housing company?
Yeah, housing authority.
Housing authority. All right, baby girl, what kind of man you looking for?
So I'm looking for a man who is preferably Black or African American or of Caribbean background, in the ages of 50 to 65.
Woo! Pause. So you want to go 25 years older?
Yes, I'm looking for men who have the wisdom that time can bring.
And a man that has a certain amount of money, I think, too.
Yes.
So you want to start at 50?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you wouldn't date a man your age?
I have before, and I don't think I will be doing that anymore.
What was the difference between, well, I know the difference.
We've all went through that, right? And this is where you have to use your discernment. You have to find a good partner, right? You have to find a good partner, especially for women. Y'all have to use your vetting process. Y'all have to use that vetting process and vet a good man, vet a good guy, right? It's not hard to see, man. See, for me, back when I was in middle school, high school, college, I understood. I've always been a lover boy because I understood once I get out of college, I'm not gonna have the opportunity to date and cuff the girls that I have now, right? When I get older, once I get older, all these options are going to dwindle. So I've always been the type to want to date somebody that's my age. I was a lover boy, right? And I had plenty of growing pains with people my age. Still do. I had plenty of growing pains with women my age. But once again, right, it's just something that it has to happen. It has to happen. And this is why I say, if it was my daughter, I said, man, hey, that is life. You have to go through that. You have to go through those growing pains with that man, right? For me, if I would want a traditional lifestyle, you have to go through that. You have to go through that. I mean, there's going to, and this is why I say, this is where a lot of you women can take the easy way out, because you're dealing with a guy who's 24. He's still trying to figure life out. But this is why I say I'd rather the traditional way. Mess with the man, date him. If he's a good guy, date him. Y'all gonna go through growing pains, right? But but to sit up here and say, hey, I don't want to date 24-year-olds just because I just had a bad experience with one. Now I want to date 50-year-olds. To me, it's just easy cop out. But like I said, though, I mean, if that's what you want to do, you want to get your stability, go ahead.
But I want to hear from you.
Mhm.
Why nobody your age? That's your dad's age.
I don't actually have a father, but besides that point,
Did you have a relationship with your dad?
no, but I do
That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Because I'm pretty sure any father would tell their daughter, man, hey, man, date somebody, man, your age. Date somebody your age.
believe that I am a traditional minded woman and I value that mindset in older men. So that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, bring your camera's getting cut off a little bit, so just bring it down a little bit. Like I want to see your full head. Your head was getting kind of cut off. All right, that's better. That's better. Okay. So look, I'm not a therapist. Don't pretend to be one. Not a life coach. I'm a journalist that hosts a dating show. But they tend to say when a girl your age wants somebody that age, they call it daddy issues. So do you feel as though you have daddy issues?
Uh, I don't believe that, but that's just what I'm looking for.
Did you ever meet your father?
Like a couple times.
Couple times, but you don't have a relationship with your dad at all. Okay. So you are legally the age. You are legally the age to date that age. So you want to start. What about 40? That's too young for you too?
45 and up.
45. Oh, you told me 50 to 60.
But I can, 45 is my minimum.
45 is the minimum. Okay, let's keep going. What else are your desires?
Yes. So similar.
See, me, I'm thinking a father is going to curb that behavior. That's just me. I think a father is going to say, hey, man, nah, no, daughter. No. You don't need to be dating no man. You only be dating none of my peers. You don't be dating none of my peers. You need to be dating somebody that is your age, right? You need to be dating somebody that's your age. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky. But as like I said, as a father, man, for me, I would tell my daughter, no, you're not going to be dating anybody older, man. Just because if you're going to be dating somebody older, probably need to be the max 5 years older, but 5 years older than you. But outside of that, you don't need to be dating nobody that's freaking damn near 2 decades older than you. You don't need to. You don't need to. You only be at 24 years of age. You don't need to be dating anybody that's over 30 something years of age, in my opinion. All right, just because for a woman, I'm talking about for a woman, because in my opinion, you should want to date somebody, man, that you can grow with, right? That you can live. Oh yeah, I'm a man that I met him at school. We used to have class together, or whatever, right? Instead of sitting over here saying, well, I went to the damn bar, you know what I'm saying, and he just came up on me and started breathing down my neck, and we went from there. You know what I'm saying? So hey, this is why father figures are very important.
Moral belief, someone coming from a Christian or Catholic background and who makes around $100,000 or up.
Okay, are those mandatory?
Yes.
Okay, so he has to have a Christian background and he has to make at least 100K.
Yes.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
No.
No. You don't care how he looks?
No.
So 45 and older, mandatory. Could he have children?
Preferably no children, or if they're children, they need to be way older than me.
They might be your age. Would you be okay with that?
That's fine, but I'm preferably not looking for people who have children because I want to make my own family.
So you want a 45-year-old man that makes over 100K or more and never had kids?
Yes, preferably.
Could he have once been married?
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. But you would date a man with kids if they were of a certain age?
Yes.
And you don't care how he looks?
No. Yeah, I don't care how he looks.
He could be overweight. It wouldn't matter to you?
Preferably not obese. I'm going to make sure that you're healthy, of course, but yeah.
Okay. Do you want to wait till marriage for sex, or that is not important to you?
That's not important to me.
Got you. Okay. You already gave me the income. Let's do the Kendra cam. That's when we see your full body.
Okay.
Oh, you're definitely in shape. Turn around with the model spin. So, Kesha, when was your last relationship?
Over a year ago.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'm going to skip the question.
Not a problem. All right, you do want kids, but you have to be married, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Why do you think you're single?
I think I'm single because of the ideal man that I'm looking for. It's very specific, so I'm gonna take my time to find that special person.
Hey, I like that. She was like, man, the reason I'm single is because I'm very specific about who I want. Right? I mean, that's you can't get any better than that answer. You can't get any better than that answer. You know what I'm saying? She's very on to the point. You know, hey man, listen, I'm looking for a certain type of guy. If you're not even what I'm looking for, I'm not even gonna entertain you. Can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Can't be mad at it. And I've seen women like this, man, where like I said, this sister right here, she has good intentions, but I feel like she has bad awareness. And why do I say she has bad awareness? I feel like she's just too carefree living. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to pinpoint something here, man, but it's like, man, she's just, I don't know. She's just like too loose. Like any older man could be able to manipulate her into doing some shit she don't want to do, or trick her into doing some shit, right? And I mean, it could be whatever, but I feel like, you know, she's too gullible, she's too naive. That's just what she's giving off to me. But once again, this is why you will need a father figure or a man in your life to be able to help you use your discernment.
You're gonna take your time. Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
He would be lucky to be with me because I bring a lot of. I'm a very nurturing woman. I'm very careful around who I am with and very choosy with my people around me. I bring a lot of positivity and warmth to this space, and I'm driven.
And you're driven.
Yes, tenacious, I would say.
Tenacious. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is Kesha, Boston, Mass, 24, Leo, no kids, program specialist. Now listen, Kendra Cousins, you're gonna be a highlight. They're gonna talk about your requirements and requests in the comment section. Is there any response? This is your opportunity to respond to any of the naysayers, anybody that has an opinion about you wanting a man 25 years older, about him not having kids. He has to make at least 100K. Do you want to say anything to the people that might try to come for you in the comment section?
I can say that I don't subscribe to anybody's opinions of me that do not serve me for my highest good.
Woo! Keisha Reddy, you about that life. You about that life. I mean, as in you don't care what other people think. I think you're attractive, and you know, and they say that older men like younger women, and you're trying to go 25 years older, so you don't care how the guy looks. So, except you said obese would be a turn off for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just be healthy, you know.
She doesn't care about what you got to say, Kendra Cousins, in the comment section, because you won't serve shit to her life.
Period.
All right, period. All right, Keisha Boo, how can this man reach out to you?
So you can reach out to me through.
And we're gonna end it right there, man. But you know, that was hey man, like I said, man, in my opinion, if somebody would have asked me would I co-sign my 18-year-old to 24-year-old daughter, would I co-sign her dating an older man? No and yes, but mainly no, just because I would want my daughter to experience life with somebody else her age, right? Because I would want them to go through the same growing pains, go through that traditional relationship. Traditional relationship for a lot of your people today are you grow up together, you freaking find each other at school somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Go through life together, get married, have kids, or whatever. That's what I would want to see from my kid. I don't want to see my daughter walking out of the house with somebody my age. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way. I wouldn't want to see that. And I know some people are going to be like, well, you know, shit. Well, you saying, man, it's good for guys, man. You know, it's okay for older men to date younger women. Yes, it is. It's very much okay. It's very much okay. And there's a bunch of reasons why it's okay. There's a bunch of reasons why men date younger. Right, but so you're saying that you wouldn't allow your daughter to date an older man? I'm not saying that I didn't. I'm not sitting over here saying that she can't, but I'm just saying that if it were up to me, I would tell her no, do not, because you want. I would want her to go through those growing pains. I would want her to see what life is really like, and not just have a handout where you can just, oh well, this 50-year-old man wants me, and now I get to go to Barbados and everything. And it's like, okay, but then let's just say the guy dies before you even crack 30 or whatever, or you're in your 30s. Or let's just say, man, you just get tired of living that type of lifestyle in your late 20s or early 30s. And then you're going to want to date somebody who had to bust his ass all his 20s to get to where he's at, and now all of a sudden you want to jump over there onto him, and then he's going to use his 30s to kind of travel and actually experience life. He wants somebody that he can experience life with, who didn't experience, who didn't have the same experience, right? So it's like, oh shit, okay, damn, man, shit, this girl done worked her way in her 20s or whatever. She done worked her life away. She barely been anywhere. That's the type of man I think I think that's the type of woman a lot of men want, right? Even at the age of 18 through 24, and you dating a 50-year-old man, they didn't experience that stuff before that man showed up. Now they get to experience that. But what I'm saying is, your life doesn't end in their 20s. It ends in their 50s, 60s, 70s. So you use your 20s, you sacrifice your 20s to get to where you are at, or where you're trying to be in your 30s and your 40s, right? And that's what men had to do. They had to sacrifice. But a woman could just sit over here and look cute, and then somebody else will come over here and boom, you done lived the whole life in your 20s. Whereas a man who's in his 30s didn't have that luxury, right? And like I said, man, me, I would want my daughter to deal with a man if they get in their 30s or whatever. Then they could travel, do whatever, live your life, go through growing pains in the 20s. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. I want the men and women, manly men. I want you, manly you men. I want to ask y'all, if somebody come up there and ask you, your daughter, are you cool with her messing with an older man, messing with one of your peers? Mind y'all, so if you're 20 right now, you're probably gonna be like 40, close to 50 or whatever, when your daughter hits 18, 20. Will you allow her to date an older man? And if you do allow her to date an older man, please tell me why. Because I gotta know. Please tell me why you allow your 18, 19, 20, 21, 22-year-old daughter to date an older man. Let me know. And for you women, let me know, because I know a lot of mothers ain't gonna be rocking with that shit. I know a lot of mothers ain't gonna be rocking with that shit. But y'all just let me know. But before we get out of here, man, do me a huge favor. Do me a huge favor for all you new people, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.